All right, welcome back to the show. Let's get right to it. First topic, the Wisconsin school shooter. Now, I guess the shooter has been identified as a 15-year-old girl who, I guess reports are out there that she's some sort of extreme feminist or something. I saw some sort of manifesto. I don't know if it's completely been verified that it was her manifesto, but it was something along the lines of, how she's a supreme feminist and how, women need to take over the world, blah, blah, blah. But, there's also things where, like, is this girl part of the LGBT community? Is she a T? Now, I don't know if she's a T or she's trying to, or if she's on some sort of hormone replacement therapy, but there might be signs pointing in that direction, which it's getting a little wild because lately a majority of the school shootings that have been happening have been kind of been a part of that group, and there's take the Nashville shooter, for example, right? They still didn't put out the manifesto of the Nashville shooter because, it was very LGBT T heavy, if you know what I mean. See, it's not the LGB part of that. It's the T's, right? I don't even think the LGBs want anything to do with the T's anymore, but that's how it is. But yeah, if these hormone replacement therapies or, this depression medication that they're just throwing people onto these days like it's nothing, if that's causing people to, want to go out and shoot up a school, hey, that's a problem. We got to figure that out and put an end to it. We can't just have this fake agenda of, we got to be so inclusive and bring up these people. No. If these people are going out and killing people, we got to stop it, and we got to put an end to anything that's causing them to do it, whether it's these young kids getting, hormone replacement therapy or whatever it may be. But, frankly, it's got to end because it's becoming a problem and it's becoming a theme. And once it becomes a theme, that's it. So before it becomes completely out of control, because we know it will, based on the people. Good thing we have Trump, right? I mean, Trump's, bringing us back to the golden age where we're not going to pretend as much, because we're doing a lot of pretending right now in America, and basically we got to put an end to it. I don't like to, talk too much about school shootings or anything, but one more point is that last night, after it all had happened and a lot of the news came out, I went on to YouTube and I went to the news tab. And usually if it's a school shooting, I mean, you get every video on the news tab for the national news is school shooter. But when the school shooter doesn't fit the narrative of the mainstream media, you don't see any of those videos. I saw maybe 3 out of the whole thing talking about the school shooting and how the shooter was identified. So that's another thing, folks. If there's any sort of school shooting or anything, go to the media, and if they're not talking about it, you know it doesn't fit their agenda. But all right, next topic, here we go. The United States Postal Service. Do we really need the United States Postal Service? I know Trump floated the idea out there of taking the United States Postal Service private, and having a private company handle everybody's mail and, basically fund the mail. Now, I don't get really why we need the post office. Now, I get it. Americans have a real romantic idea of the post office, and, it's an institution in America. And I get that. That makes sense. The mail and stamps, it's been such a great part of America. But now we're in a day and age where we got email, right? So do we really need a huge mail force? Because let me ask you this. How many times a week or yeah, how many times a week do you actually get delivered like a real mail, like a real piece of mail, like a letter from somebody, or I don't know, something from a company where you need to get, send in some, a response mail or whatever? Or do you basically get nothing but junk mail? Because I can't even remember the last time I really got a real piece of mail. I don't have any friends that are sending me letters, so I'm not really thinking about that. But when I get the option to go paperless from a company or something, oh, do you want to receive emails or do you want to receive real paper mail? I always go paperless. And that's not some sort of, me going green. That's just me saying, I don't want to have to deal with the mail and go check the mail every day and know if I got something that I need to respond to. Just let it come to my email and let's call it a day, right? So I don't know, but yeah, go ahead and comment. How many times a week do you actually get a real piece of mail? And the amount of money that the United States Postal Service is losing is just insane. When you take a look at this graphic about how Biden spent $3 billion on 94 or something mail trucks, it's like, dude, what are we doing here, man? What are we doing? That's like $32 million per truck. How is that in any world a good situation where we're spending $32 million on a mail truck? So I think we really have to rethink how we think of the mail in America, because it's just an institution that is basically pointless, right? It's basically pointless. But all right. Next topic. Okay, next topic. Did CNN fake this prisoner release video? And let's go ahead and take a look at the video right now and just tell me if you think it's fake or not.
Clear if there is something under the blanket.
Oh, it moved. Is there someone there? I thought I saw it move. Is someone there? Or is it just a blanket? I don't know.
I think it's someone. Hello?
Okay, it's just moving.
Yeah. Oh. It's okay. Journalist.
I'm a civilian, he says. I'm a civilian.
It's okay. It's okay. It's okay.
He tells the fighter he's from the city of Humps and has been in the cell for 3 months.
Okay, you're okay. You're okay. You're okay. You're okay.
He clutches my arm tightly with both hands.
Okay.
Does
anyone have any water? My. Okay, it's water. It's water. Okay. Okay. Okay, you're okay. You're okay. You're okay.
All right, when you see that video, I mean, come on. Is that the fakest thing you've ever seen in your life? The guy doesn't even look disheveled. I mean, if he's been some sort of prisoner or, hostage, whatever you want to call it, that guy doesn't look like it, right? I mean, his clothes are perfect. He's just pretending, a total acting job, trying to look scared and like, oh my God, like, are you okay? Like, oh yeah. And just the whole CNN crew, that's just they're terrible actors themselves. The whole thing was just terribly done, let's be honest. But then it turns out that the guy that they staged the whole thing for, it turns out he's some sort of Assad torturer, and they're bringing this guy out. Like, I don't even know how this came to be. Maybe there's a shred of a chance that it was actually real, but of course, right? CNN tries to pull something like that, and then it turns out to be an Assad torturer. I mean, how do you lose so often when you're CNN? All they do is take L's these days, right? All the mainstream media is doing is taking L's because Trump gives them those L's. Trump owns the media. they can't get anything over on the guy anymore because nobody trusts the mainstream media, CNN, MSNBC. It's all just a bunch of crap. And I'm glad people have finally opened their eyes to it. You know, Americans, the election showed that, yeah, we're done with the media. We're going to alternative media, podcasts, YouTube, whatever. But we're done with mainstream media. And I think that's a great thing for America. Finally, people opened up their eyes and have realized what is actually going on. But all right, last topic here. Trump is pissed about this whole drone situation and the transparency going on with the government. Here's a clip.
First of all, good to see you.
Thank you. Good to see you.
Yeah.
Good to see you.
Can you comment on the drones that are flying around New Jersey and the ports? And it seems like the American people have a big disconnect.
The government knows what is happening. Look, our military knows where they took off from. If it's a garage, they can go right into that garage. They know where it came from and where it went. And for some reason, they don't want to comment. And I think they'd be better off saying what it is. Our military knows and our president knows. And for some reason, they want to keep people in suspense. I can't imagine it's the enemy, because if it was the enemy, they'd blast it out. Even if they were late, they'd blast it. Something strange is going on. For some reason, they don't want to tell the people, and they should, because the people are really, I mean, they happen to be over Bedminster. Want to know the truth? They're very close to Bedminster. I think maybe I won't spend the weekend in Bedminster. I've decided to cancel my trip.
Okay, so yeah, I mean, obviously the government knows. I think Trump obviously knows what's going on, and he's just saying, listen, tell the people. You can't leave the American people out there wondering what it is and just on edge the whole time, seeing drones up in the sky. It's like, come on. You know, if you know what it is, and if it's us especially, or if it's even aliens at this point, or especially if it's some other, you know, country, shoot it down immediately. It's not even a question. Those things get shot down immediately. But yeah, I mean, Trump claims he's not even going back to Bedminster because they're chilling over Bedminster. What do we got to do to actually get some transparency in the government? You know, thank God Trump's back and doing it, and he will probably bring transparency to the government as much as can be brought. I guess it is the government. But yeah, it's just insane, frankly, that Trump's telling them, listen, you know what it is, just tell the people, because this is America. And you know, you can't just leave your people hanging like that. But that's it. But all right, it's been a great show. Appreciate it. Be sure to like, follow, subscribe, and we'll see you next time.